all the seats, they got 122. Here they have fought 152 and they're leading in 121.
So it's an 80% conversion.
Just going to Daniel. Daniel, the Shiv Sena 47 and Ubata UBT 28. Does this, if this score stays, does this settle the legacy aspect? Will this now once and for all settle it altogether? Yeah.
In our mind, the legacy aspect is already settled. Those who need the votes of the traditional Congress voters to win elections, they are not the real Sena. Those who are getting original votes of Shiv Sainiks is the real Sena. On the fifth round, I'll tell you, Aditya Thackeray is telling by 1,000 vote in Worli. That's called real Sena and fake Sena. So the legacy battle is already settled. The kind of overwhelming response that Eknath Shinde and the party has got is phenomenal. Now we have no doubt in mind. Mr. Uddhav Thackeray will survive in some pockets. Parties don't die so easily. But, overwhelmingly, in the whole...
You have a strike rate of 58%. Ubata has 29%.
We will cross that strike rate also. By the time the seat numbers were settled, we'll be crossing 55. This is my confidence.
So you are confident that you will get 55 seats?
Over 160. Overall, we'll be crossing 160, but I'm getting more than that. Yesterday, I came that 160 plus. But this is all work done by Mr. Shinde and the Mahayuti partners in the last 4 months, 5 months to change the narrative, going underground, taking the kind of public connect.
This some time back, that if this such an overwhelming majority, 207 is where NDA is right now, BJP at 120, why would the BJP give the Chief Minister's post to Mr. Shinde? Mr. Fadnavis would stake claim to be Chief Minister.
See, it's a very valid question, but I'll tell you one thing. If there's one man, I don't know who will become the Chief Minister, that the NDA partners will decide, NDA leadership will decide. If there's one person who changed the narrative for the NDA in Maharashtra, this was not an election that was on national issues. This was not an election that was, had any kind of national impact on it. Like we won some war against Pakistan or something and it has affected Maharashtra. No. This is one election that the tide was turned over by only one man called Eknath Shinde. His work, his image, his policies, his programs. There is no other this. His popular face has pushed the NDA voters, Mahayuti voters to come out in large numbers. The numbers are striking. The kind of women who have voted in this election, phenomenal. Women at Ladki Bahin is electing her Ladka Bhau in Maharashtra.
Okay, Ladki Bahin is electing the Ladka Bhau. What may be the national implications, Rahul, in terms of, you have the parliament session that's going to come up from Monday. Clearly, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress think they've latched on to this whole Adani issue. But now with this kind of a mandate, it's not a 145, 150 kind of victory, 209.
It's just phenomenal performance.
We can check if, in history, if this is one of the
biggest I'm just purely saying, with respect, you have to say as a performance with respect to strike rate. The leads are showing you're winning almost you're losing just 30 seats out of the total you've contested, 152. It's not a small performance. Irrespective of which party does it, this has to be acknowledged. We've got news coming through. Sorry, just quickly taking this news. Payal Mehta is with us. New cabinet to be sworn in before the 26th of November, and the Central Observers team is flying into Mumbai on Sunday. Yes, Payal.
Yes, what we do understand that since the assembly ends on the 26th of November, Anand, the BJP and the Mahayuti are not going to waste any more time. They're going to have their internal meeting today between Devendra Fadnavis, Ajit Pawar and of course Eknath Shinde. But the central observers will be sent from Delhi tomorrow so that they can have a conversation with all the three parties. So what I'm going to understand by way of my sources in the BJP, that a cool and calm customer like Rajnath Singh is going to be sent as a central observer, given the fact that he's been a party president in the past, he's a union minister, he's been somebody who commands a lot of respect. He doesn't lose his cool very early, has the ability to take people on their side as well, doesn't irk anybody the wrong way as well. So he's going to be one person who's going to be coming in. The BJP leadership will trust him with that. Of course, the talks are already happening. I'm given to understand that Devendra Fadnavis is very coolly and calmly watching the election from his drawing room right now. He's not stepped out as of now. He'll just probably go to Nagpur later this evening to collect his certificate. Might just come to the BJP headquarters for a bit. But the big responsibility will also be on his shoulder to make sure that there are no internal bickerings between the alliance, because that's the last thing that they really want. The blamings that they actually had on the Maha Vikas Aghadi is something which they do not really want. But But who downs the chair of the Chief Minister, we'll only know by tomorrow. But thankfully, there are no resort politics that are going to take place. I keep repeating this, but yes, there will be a firm government in place. And once the central observers come, they'll do the legislative party meeting for the BJP. The other alliance partners will also do the legislative party. And then, you know, by Monday, we can have the new Maharashtra Chief Minister in place.
So
is what we are given to understand.
Just to clarify,
and the leadership
Payal, just to clarify, so 26th, the timeline of the assembly expires, and therefore they want to install the next government before the 26th, which is Tuesday, which means if you're saying tomorrow the central observers will be there, the meetings will be concluded, by Monday the swearing in will happen, can we conclude that they will not then change? Because generally change happens, it takes a few days. If they want to quickly install the next government, that means that Eknath Shinde is safe.
You know, Zaka, you and me think today that they've got the numbers, but the Mahayuti was very, very confident of the numbers, their information, their background search, their feedback from the ground. I told them about this kind of a slide, rise, you know, a long time ago. So they're very much prepared. They've not had any internal bickering. They've always come out and said that they let the central leadership take a call. Also, very significantly, the parliament session begins on Monday. So they are definitely want to have a laugh at the cost of the opposition in parliament on Monday. Tuesday, you can't expect the likes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, etc., to come in the morning hours if the taking ceremony takes place, because it's the observation of the 75th year of the Indian Constitution. So there's a big program that's going to take place in Parliament as well. With the assembly ending, either you can have the oath taking, practically speaking, either on Monday or probably sometime later Tuesday evening before the term of the assembly really ends.
Right, Payal, stay on with us. We've got Mayuresh joining us from Ajit Pawar's residence, where Praful Patel has reached Ajit Pawar's residence. So what's the thought process there? Payal says it's all sorted. They've got their arrangements in place and swearing in will happen on Monday. What's the update at your end, Mayuresh?
Absolutely, Anand. Though it is sorted, but the last minute meetings usually happens. I'll show you the visuals. My camera person is showing you the visuals. Right now, there is no much celebration which is happening, but we have been given to understand that the sweets have been already ordered and they have been delivered. Praful Patel have just entered inside, and the meeting will happen between Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel to discuss the future course. As Payal was sharing the information that soon, within next 2 days, we are expecting that the swearing in will happen. But who will take the oath in first cabinet, that is the important thing, and that discussion might take place here, because the information which we are getting that Aditi Tatkare, the only women cabinet minister of Ajit in last cabinet, basically she is on the verge of winning from Srivardhan.
Yes.
So will she get a repeat chance, or will there be new faces? That needs to be discussed, and that's why Praful Patel must have reached here to discuss the issue.
So more or less settled, there are no arguments. Uttar Pradesh, there is some updates coming through. We'll try and look at those updates also. 7 and 2 is the conversation in Uttar Pradesh, and it only seems to be consolidating or solidifying there. 31-48 with respect to the NDA. 122 is the same 2014 score that the BJP is now equaling with a far lesser number of seats. Payal said that there is not going to be much change.
Yeah, because they want to quickly install the next chief minister, I suspect they will not change the leadership. If they have to do the swearing in on Monday.
It's now 123. The pictures on screen are from right outside Eknath Shinde's residence. A huge number of supporters who are present there with the Dhanush Band. Sweets are being distributed. We check if Yesha is there, and we'll try and get an update if there are some important leaders present. So they're all celebrating, distributing sweets, and celebrations are in order. This is more than 2014 now, 123. Yeah. Rahul.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at how Indian politics has changed in 4 months. The momentum is completely shifted away now from, the India alliance, so to speak. Suddenly, it's the India alliance that is looking brittle and not so much the NDA. That was the refrain as we came out of the results in June. Congress looking diminished. Rahul Gandhi's acceptability again in doubt, again in question. There will be question marks. I even suspect that the allies now, the India allies, will want to sort of distance themselves from the Congress, which will be seen as a bit of a unfortunate for the Congress party, will be seen as a bit of a liability. And more importantly, the BJP acquires the conviction it needs to push ahead with very critical, this time, socio-political reforms in Parliament. We are talking about the Waqf Amendment. We're talking about one poll, one nation, one poll. We are talking about several other social amendments that it has lined up in its sort of armory. I think this is the affirmation it wanted, and it's got it. So,
basically what this allows the BJP to do is to say that, look, 2024 general election was a blip. It was an aberration. Haryana has corrected it, and now with Maharashtra, it's back to business as usual.
Yeah.
But
Rashid.
actually, to say that the BJP will have upper hand in parliament, etc., is a bit exaggerated, because the composition of 18th Lok Sabha has not changed with this election results.
No, but
so what is
Rajya
going to
Sabha-
happen is going to be have more acrimonious
Rajya Sabha
exchanges.
composition will change
No,
dramatically.
that will
sir.
take time, and in Rajya Sabha the BJP already has a working
But
majority.
may I add
Yeah.
to this, Rashid? See, it's the composition Lok Sabha will not change, yes. But there is, in politics, is also about momentum, right? So,
Yeah, so the
after Lok Sabha
longevity of Narendra
results,
Modi government is
so
assured
sir,
till
after Lok Sabha
2029.
results,
That
people
can
were
be
saying that Haryana will be a wipeout for BJP, Maharashtra will be a wipeout. So this government's stability will be in question by early
political authority
2025.
will be in
Because Delhi and before Bihar
No,
comes
no,
out.
what is
Now the
stopping
BJP is on the
the
front
All
foot
point
again.
taken, but
What
to
is
say
stopping the
that Lok
BJP
Sabha
from
will
coming
work
up
very
with
smoothly?
remedies now for Delhi?
No, that won't happen.
To say
Delhi
that Lok
election.
Sabha will
AAP has
work
done well in
smoothly,
Punjab, I
that
think.
that is not likely to happen in this winter session of Parliament, because there the strength continues to be 53% and 47% between government and opposition.
But there is also one posturing, the kind of confidence you will take into the winter session of Parliament, that will be will be dented.
Right? Whether there's
Mr. Modi and his team is always confident. The confidence has
No,
never
not
been
Mr.
in
Modi.
Chauhan.
There was a certain trend that is this on the decline? Is it
Yeah.
now you're like you can lock the fourth term?
125 now,
the
Ji.
fourth term today.
125,
No, that
211
only
and
happens after
125.
Yeah.
No, so what this also
that's why
does,
Yogi ji
Yeah.
comes in.
what this also
Yeah.
does, if you look at the 2024 Lok Sabha election, the two big states where BJP suffered reverses were UP and Maharashtra. One of those two they've now corrected, and this is a phenomenal win. I mean, Rohit might know, I think this would easily be comparable to the 1995 victory that the BJP and Shinde Sena had when they came for the very first time in power. I think this is bigger than that. This is probably the
Lot
biggest
bigger.
victory in
And not
Maharashtra.
just that,
This is bigger, this is
not
bigger.
just that, not just that,
This-
UP
Zaka,
7
this
and
trend
2,
will, I think,
the UP narrative will be
India
corrected,
alliance
Rohit,
will
and
below 50.
if you
Because
look
in
at the
95,
numbers,
Zaka,
correct me if I'm
Shiv
wrong,
Sena at
there is
73,
no leader opposition
BJP
now.
at 65.
No party is
this is
qualified
far
to
bigger than that.
By
no
far the
party
biggest
is
ever.
qualified to
With
have a
BJP
leader
leaders.
opposition in Maharashtra right now. If these numbers hold,
That's true.
no party is qualified to have a leader opposition in Maharashtra.
That's right. We didn't expect Sharad Pawar's party to do so badly. We thought Uddhav Thackeray may not get the momentum this time, and we thought he would be in the range of 25-30. That's what seems to be happening. But this is a big setback for Sharad Pawar's party, I think. 18-20, these numbers are really very bad for him.
He may be in single digit by the time final results are there.
No, but
look
what
more like
happens?
Lok Sabha
What
numbers.
happens to Uddhav Thackeray?
more like
Because
Lok Sabha
clearly,
numbers.
the battle of legacy, Mr. Shinde has proven that look, he has the original Marathi Manus. So what happens to Uddhav Thackeray? I mean, does his party survive? Do they continue to help the party? Do they merge with
They
the Shinde Sena
all those
eventually?
MLAs see
So
the
there is
writing
a
on the
law.
wall.
Exactly.
They made the wrong bet. They should be with the.
They might.
They will move that
No,
side.
see,
And it's a consortium. If you look about it, it's a consortium of dynasts, right? It's Rahul and it's Uddhav Thackeray who's the direct, just because he's the son. NCP also same situation, and the real talented political capital has moved to the BJP, and that's what the BJP does well. It promotes its talent. Prime Minister Modi was a CM once. He was Karyakarta even before that, and they've taken who has the pull. They've taken Ajit Pawar. They've taken Shinde. They've taken the people. They've bet on those people, and it has paid off. And all you have is the little bit of a Baba Log club running an alliance there, and people don't like it.
So with the Shiv Sena, what happened after the split was that, and I had been writing about this consistently, just above the Shaka level on the Shaka Pramukhs, and just above that level, there are these people who work, party workers, Shiv Sena party workers, who get money from the party and kind of have civil society penetration, help people out on a day-to-day basis, because it's a very municipal sort of a party.
Say another picture is out. Congratulations are in. This is Bawankule. BJP state. Chandrakant Bawankule. Chandrakant Bawankule is there, the BJP state president with Devendra Fadnavis. Even as we say that no party is in position to claim opposition, leader opposition here, Amit Malviya has taken another swipe at Rahul Gandhi, saying this is the 89th poll loss under Rahul Gandhi's leadership. That's another part. Rahul Gandhi defeated 89 times till now is what the BJP is saying. What the BJP has to say about this performance, we'll ask them when they join us. But this is celebration in order. This changes a lot of narratives at a lot of levels. I'm also looking at, and please weigh in on what this does to the economic story. the growth story? And also, does this consolidate PM Narendra Modi's position internationally and
yeah,
globally?
the 240 is gone now. That 240 ki ab 240 par le aaye, it's gone. I think Haryana, Maharashtra, of course Jharkhand they've won. That's they can keep some consolation prize there. But the momentum that there is,
completely shifted.
The trend, it more looks like Lok Sabha was a blip.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it was a blip, and looks like this is, and all the other assembly elections coming. I mean, these were the ones. They were supposed to be easy victories for the India alliance or whatever. They said Haryana, Maharashtra.
I think the India alliance is now facing a question of relevance. They have to ask themselves, why are they around?
Absolutely. Why are they around? That's very true. Because, you know, it's been said that the Congress is incapable of facing the BJP fighting politically. Now, there were 3 political parties, and all 3 political parties have collapsed.
Yeah.
And they had kind of, you know, a sort of, you know, person like Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, all of them, they were good for nothing now.
It'll be interesting to also see
just a quick score update. We bundled the Aussies out for 104. We are 43 for no loss currently with a lead of about 90 runs.
So
it's a good.
It's
on a bouncy track in
It would be
Perth.
interesting to see what happens to the small players, Anand. Somebody like Raj Thackeray, you know, what happens to him? Because now the BJP doesn't need him.
Worldly
The
update,
BJP
Aditya Thackeray trails by 597 votes. Daniel France has just now said after
Yeah,
the
he
first
did.
round he was
Small
trailing
players
by
are
about
now-
1,000 votes.
NCP, Congress and Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray.
No, what I mean is
BJP Neta Praveen
were
Darekar says
predicting-
Fadnavis should be CM. Anyways, yeah.
we were predicting to some extent that there will be a large number of independents, there will be rebel candidates getting elected, and the BJP might look at getting them on board to show a clear majority and all of that. That narrative is gone now totally.
Yeah. There are only about 10 others, many of them, you know, like for example in Karjat, which is Rohit Pawar's constituency, he was trailing, an independent is actually leading there. His name is Sudhakar Parshuram Ghare. This is the seat that Rohit Pawar was contesting in. There's also an RSP candidate who has been leading since the morning in a place called Ganga Khed. So they don't really matter now because it's such a massive win for the BJP and for the NDA. Quick check on Jharkhand. Again, the number seems to be changing just a bit, particularly here in the western part of the state and also in the central part of the state. The BJP seems to be gaining back up some. It's got a gain of 6. The NDA is 33. Let me just look at the breakup of the NDA. The BJP is 30, the AJSU 1, which is down 1 from last time. The JDU is 1, it's a gain of 1 from last time. The LJP has 1. So 33 to the NDA. Again, just quickly running through which are the constituencies where the BJP is leading. In Daltonganj, the BJP candidate leading. Garwa, the BJP candidate leading. In Bishrampur, again, I think Rajesh was mentioning Bishrampur, the BJP candidate there is leading. Also in the central part of the state, just to get a quick check from Latehar, which is a reserve constituency, you have the BJP candidate leading. Neighbouring Simaria, again BJP candidate leading. Hazaribagh, urban, so again BJP candidate there leading. In Bakargaon, again BJP candidate leading. And Rahul Shivshankar, you'll be interested in knowing in the northern part of the state, couple of seats where the BJP seems to be leading. In Mahagama, the BJP candidate leading. In Rajmahal, the BJP candidate is leading. In Seraikala, which is Champai Soren's seat, he now seems to be back in the lead. In Dumka too, Dumka, of course, the Sorens hail from Dumka. It is Sunil Soren of the BJP who is leading there. So I don't think the Jharkhand story is over just yet.
Karnataka Congress leading. Karnataka Congress leading all 3. UP it is 6-3. Kerala by polls it is 1, and the UDF has now snatched the lead from the BJP in Palakkad, so it is 1 and 2 in favour of the UDF. So some things to write home.
In Worli,
since Worli 597 votes. That's what Aditya Thackeray is currently trailing by 597 votes.
He trails whom?
He's trailing Milind Deora.
Wow.
So Milind Deora is Eknath Shinde. So that's what. So Aditya Thackeray is trailing Eknath Shinde there. Eknath Shinde. Shrikant Shinde, Eknath Shinde's son, has just spoken. Let's listen it.
एकनाथ शिंदे साहब आगे बढ़ो, हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं.
हा जे अपार कष्ट मेहनत 18 तास मुख्यमंत्री मोदयांनी जे काम केलं, त्या योजना आणल्या वेगवेगळ्या, मला वाटतं मुख्यमंत्री मोदयांचा पण खूप खूप आभार व्यक्त करतो, अभिनंदन करतो की या महाराष्ट्राला पहिल्यांदा 18 तास 20 तास काम करणारा मुख्यमंत्री लोकांनी पाहिला. वर्षा ज्यांच्यासाठी बंद होती त्यांच्यासाठी वर्षा उघडण्याचं काम केलं, रात्री अपरात्री जागून जे आहे हे लोकांना भेटण्याचं काम केलं. मला वाटतं खूप मोठा हा विजय आहे. हा हार्ड वर्क, मी नेहमी म्हणतो की कष्टाला पर्याय नाही. कष्ट कष्ट आणि कष्ट हे केले, त्याच्यामुळे आज जे आहे आपल्याला हा रिझल्ट
Shrikant Shinde saying 18 hours. My father worked 18 hours. He worked hard. We brought the Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin Yojana and we went out there with the people. And he says there is no substitute to hard work. Hard work, effort, and that's the only thing that will yield results. And we hope that we continue to be able to do the same and serve the people of Maharashtra. So that's Shrikant Shinde, who's been quietly working behind the scenes, helping his father and his and their cause, and they've worked really hard. That's what they've come out and said. We've just got another update going across to Arun Dhanta at the BJP headquarters. Arun, thankfully this time around, unlike in Haryana, whoever was making the jalebi will get to eat it too.
Well, that's right. In fact, everybody was worried about it, that it shouldn't be boomerang as it happened in case of Haryana for the Congress party. But here in the BJP office, what we are given to understand is that the message has been given to the workers of BJP that they will have to come here at the party extension office, which is the new office for, of course, Prime Minister Modi's welcome. We are given to understand that Prime Minister is going to reach here at the party office somewhere around 6:37 p.m. And of course, he will be addressing the gathering here. So preparations are done. At this moment, we are in the main party headquarters, the another office where preparations are taking place on the other side of the road. So that's where all the preparations are going on for the evening Prime Minister's address. Of course, the massive victory which they have got in Maharashtra is something which is really giving that boon to the BJP spokespersons, whoever we are speaking here. In fact, when we started showing that jalebi in the morning, there were few people of the party who came to us, and they said it's a normal culture of celebration. And we said, okay, we have never had jalebi here in this party office. This is for the first time when it is being.
We hope you've got a sampling of jalebi, and there is more celebrations towards the evening. It's going to be a long day for Arun Dhanta and some of our reporters in the national capital, because the Delhi BJP headquarters is going to be abuzz with activity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to arrive at the BJP headquarters in Delhi by 6:30 p.m. this evening. There will be a victory speech. There will be a celebration because it's a historic mandate. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rohit. This is a never before in Maharashtra.
Absolutely.
This score, if it stays.
Yes, the highest that the BJP, I mean, we are showing 129 right now. And if this holds, then of course this is a record forever, because the best score was 122 in 2014 election amidst the Modi wave. That was the best that the BJP did. After that, they came to 105 in 19. And this time, if it is 129 or anywhere around 25 also, it's a record.
Shiv Sena at 49, nearing 50. Ubata at 26. The big story there. Also with NCP, Ajit Pawar what will he be thinking right now with 35 compared to 15 of NCP Sharad Pawar?
I think the only thing that explains Ajit Pawar's success is Ladki Bahin Yojana, because remember, he was in the earlier government, he was the finance minister. So it is technically his announcement during the budget that was presented in July, where they announced that they will be rolling out this DBT for women and for farmers also. So I think he took full advantage of that, it's he who has given this money. He is the one who's approved it, and I think he's benefited.
Some mini fights let's focus on with Zaka. Zishan Siddique in Bandra is actually trailing in Bandra East. Anushakti Nagar, Sana Malik is trailing, Fahad is leading. Shivaji Nagar, let's see, Nawab Malik or this one, Abu Azmi. Who's the one?
Right now, Abu Azmi is leading in Mankur Shivaji Nagar. As far as the other, which was the other constituency that you were talking about? Anushakti Nagar.
Anushakti Nagar, Shivaji Nagar, and Anushakti Nagar. Yeah, Mankur Shivaji Nagar. and
Mankur, of course, Abu Azmi is leading.
Yeah, Anushakti Nagar.
In Anushakti Nagar, I believe Sana Malik is trailing.
Sana Malik is trailing, and so.
I mean, Sharad Pawar has probably put in the worst performance of his life.
Yes, his team, Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule, we'll have to say, and Rohit Pawar.
This would be the worst performance of his political career.
Legacy fight, etc.
Is he over?
When it comes to the two Shiv Senas, I mean, it's very interesting how Eknath Shinde has been completely on point with his messaging. when the NDA government came to power and at the center, and there were some ministerial berths to be divided, he made the announcement that, you know, my son is not going to be made minister. He's the leader of the legislature party, Dr. Shrikant Shinde, who we saw just now. And he made it very clear. It's not like Shrikant Shinde didn't feel bad about it, but the point was that you had to show that you have a difference. You know, you are not the...
Sign.
Yeah, you're not... this party is not going to work on a dynastic principle in that sense, that whatever prizes that are to be distributed is there only for the family.
Well, I think one interesting point, just briefly I'd like to mention, is this shows that the voters of Maharashtra are not getting swayed by emotions. Okay, they have not gone for Sharad Pawar, who was pitching an emotional appeal that he was, you know, there was an injustice, etc. And Uddhav Thackeray, who pitched sympathy, just sympathy and nothing else.
Two things. But the thing is, the emotion card will not work all the time. No, emotion card worked last time. Sharad Pawar, every time he goes to campaign, he says, this is my last election, so vote for sympathy. Uddhav Thackeray, the sympathy worked last time. It did not work this time. Sympathy doesn't work every time. You have to.
According to me, emotions have
the
worked.
BJP.
No, but it doesn't work again and again.
No, I'm saying different. I'm saying emotions have worked.
Many for your thoughts.
Ek hai aur saath hai, that has worked.
We know. Last election hai mera.
Yeah. All right. That we can't put that, say that on air. But Rahul Shivshankar, the BJP has turned around and said, "Ek hai to safe hai," the Mahamantra, and the Vikas narrative. These are the two things that worked for us.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Would you agree that there has been a perhaps quiet undercurrent of this counter-polarization?
I'm glad you brought it up, because that's the reason why I reached across to Nalin and asked him for some statistics. There is proof कि एक है, हम safe हैं. Marathas dominated seats, BJP 68, 18 the other side, OBC 61-25. I mean, Haryana saw the power of ek hai, safe hai. At that time, of course, the supercharged election there, that dynamic was injected by Mr. Yogi Adityanath in a much more sort of, you know, abrasive sort of manner, or through abrasive slogan. But that worked there. Dalits, 1910. Dalit dominated seats. So there's proof that people have come together, and there's also proof that there has been, unfortunately, and this is really something that the Muslims now will have to start thinking about, internalizing, are they actually benefiting by voting for parties that do not have a vision for the future, or are they better off now shaking off this fear factor, taking off these sort of glasses that they're wearing, colored glasses, and looking at what they're getting, how they're benefiting as a society, as a culture in this country. And that is fundamentally where I think reassessment has to happen. The farmers, the women,
Rahul,
all with.
Rahul,
yes, of course.
No.
Yeah.
You are entitled for your view, but what I'm saying is it takes two to tango. Where is the level of, you know, participation and empowerment?
Sir, Congress ने कम सीटें दी हैं मुसलमानों
I'm not about Congress.
election
I'm
में.
not about Congress.
I'm
not about Congress. I'm saying you look at the BJP.
आप representation की बात कर रहे हैं in Lok Sabha.
Yeah.
The Congress gave
one point. By giving seats, you don't say that you are empowering somebody. It is about what you have done on ground in terms of the social upliftment which has happened. And
the electricity.
That game is a different one. We're digressing. Please, let's look at this. Shinde Sena has already begun the chorus, which they will use.
Sir, all the representation that the Congress gave over 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and Sachar Commission came out and said, ki bhaiya, look at your numbers on demographic status. Where are you on the various indices? You're nowhere. What did the representation get you?
This rising above this appeasement game and how many seats have you given? That's not the answer. What you've done to work collectively for society is important. The other aspect, Shinde Sena is now saying, has begun this chorus that Shinde as CM. Will this be the same equation that will continue, just to underline and perhaps rub it in to Uddhav Thackeray and to say that we don't have a problem yielding space, etc.? Or will there be a shuffle, the three people itself, but somebody else? We'll have to wait and watch. Griha has an update from the live result hub. Yes, Griha.
Okay, two important players as far as Mumbai City is concerned. We are now learning Aditya Thackeray is trailing by 597 votes, and those are the number of votes that Milind Devra is in fact leading from Worli. That's an important update that we are getting from here. So that's one. We are also learning, Anand, that from Mahim you have Raj Thackeray who's trailing, right? He's trailing by how many votes?
Amit Thackeray.
Amit Thackeray, I beg your pardon, is trailing. I'll just tell you the number of votes. Is it a huge gap? Okay, we'll let you know about the gap, but we do know about this important update. It's a neck and neck from Worli, Mumbai city between Aditya Thackeray and Milind Deora.
Okay, Sharad Pawar's weakest performance in his career. We'll go across to Payal Mehta from the BJP headquarters or main office in Mumbai. Yes, Payal.
You know, more information trickling in. Anand, the oath taking might take place on the 26th of November. The exact time is being studied because they want to go as per the Shubh Muhuratam, taking into consideration everybody's stars put together. But 26th November is going to be very interesting. It's Samvidhan Divas, and the opposition has been attacking the government of the day in the center on Samvidhan. Samvidhan Divas, 75th year of adoption of the Indian Constitution, a very, very significant day in that respect. And most probably the venue is likely to be the Shivaji Park. That is where in his last rally, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had said, I'll come back here for the next oath taking, and I'm sure the next government will be formed soon as well. And a very, very important venue as far as the sentiments of the Shiv Sena is concerned, both the Uddhav Thackeray faction as well as the Shinde faction, and most importantly, the women have been the chief contributors of this particular election. That's why a special invitation will also be sent to the women folk, will be sent to the Latki Bahens to attend the oath taking ceremony.
Right, Payal, so stay on. Payal getting us 3 important updates. One, there is a change in the swearing in date. It's going to be on the 26th of November, Samvidhan Divas, 75th year of adoption of the Indian Constitution. On that day, the swearing in will happen because that's also the day of a good Mahurat or Shubh Mahurat. Third update is that the swearing in ceremony most likely will happen at Shivaji Park. It's the same place where the Prime Minister had said कि सरकार हम यहीं पे बनाएंगे, वापस हम आएंगे और आपसे ही आशीर्वाद लेंगे और यहीं पे करेंगे.
Where Mr. Thackeray started the Shiv Sena from.
And 2611.
Where evil was punished.
So the idea is not remind of that, not as a reminder, stark reminder of the terror attack, but from the positive aspect of it being Samvidhan, but from the narrative of Samvidhan badal denge, us din they are going to say कि हम संविधान पे शपथ लेंगे. So we are going to take oath on the constitution on that day. So that's what Payal is telling us. And all of them will be there. Ajit Pawar, Devendra Fadnavis, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Eknath Shinde, all of them will be there. And she's also said the fourth update is that the Ladki Bahan Yojana. So women will be given, a lot of women across Maharashtra who have worked hard on ground will be specially invited, and there will be more number of women present at the swearing in ceremony as part of the Karyakartas across the party lines. Yes.
I hope more women
depends on who gets elected.
Also.
Depends on who gets elected. Aditi Thackeray is one.
There will be enough to maybe make
there is Shaina NC. If she wins, as she claims, we have to see what's happening with Shaina NC in Mumbai Devi.
She's still trailing.
Yeah, she's still trailing. As of now, she's still trailing. And Worli seat, again, Aditya Thackeray trailing by 597. Does that change after the 5th round? Daniel Francis said he was trailing by about 1,000 votes. We wait and watch. Celebrations at the Ajit Pawar camp. Dances are happening. Pugudi is happening there. We also have Mayuresh. Mayuresh, what's the update from the Uddhav Thackeray camp, from Matoshri? Any word?
Anand, right now I'm outside the Ajit Pawar's residence, but Matoshri and Sena Bhavan are completely silent. There is no one at Matoshri, outside Matoshri or in Sena Bhavan. Usually that is not the scenario, and whenever there is this kind of a big event which are happening, usually Karyakartas or the local leaders come there and stand and interact with the media. But as of now at Shiv Sena Bhavan, there is no one except Harshal Pradhan, who is the PRO of the party or head of communication, and at Matoshri, it's Thackeray family. They are also closely watching the results. But so far there is no word from the Thackeray family. Back to you.
Right. Chetan Bhagat.
Making a comment. It has a potential to go viral. Come on.
I'm not saying it to go viral, but this is a bit of Kangana's curse, isn't it? You know?
Kangana's curse.
You remember when our office was damaged? And it was quite, she made this video, maybe your team can pull it out, but she kind of told Uddhav Thackeray in not a very polite way, I must say, so I won't repeat the exact words. But she said that the ulti gunti, like the reverse countdown, has begun, and it was unthinkable. It was unthinkable at that time.
Can we just go full frame on these pictures? These are coming in from
Kangana's curse.
From Meghdut. We are given to understand Devendra Fadnavis' residence watching the coverage. There is Chandrasekhar Bawankule, who's leading from his constituency. There is confidence on the overall numbers. That is Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, who's the face of the BJP's campaign. He's there, the architect, many say, the fulcrum of this Mahayuti. That's Devendra Fadnavis. They're all watching the coverage, watching the results very, very closely as the numbers settle in. One can only turn around and pinch a Bollywood dialogue where you can say, "Khush to bahut hoge tum." So that's the story right now. with respect to the BJP. But this is a performance by any political party which is unprecedented. Our research team has just pulled out some strike rates, and let's talk on the strike rates as we stay with these pictures and more pictures coming. BJP strike rate to the panel here in the studio, 84%, 122 out of 145. It's now gone up to 127, but now it's 84% strike rate. The Shiv Sena, 71%, 58 out of 81. We also have NCP, 37 out of 59, 62% strike rate. The Congress's strike rate, 19.2%, 20 out of 102. It's only come down. It's 18 out of 102. Ubata is 26. It was 18 out of 92. It's 26. So it's about a 25% strike rate. NCP Sharad Pawar, 11.6%, or now it's about 13% strike rate, 14 out of 86 seats. Is this his worst performance ever?
And for Sharad Pawar, all the more so because, his vote is concentrated. He doesn't have, votes, let's say in Vidarbha or even in Mumbai city. His vote is concentrated in Western Maharashtra, and for him, if this is the worst performance that he has seen since 1978 when he first became Chief Minister, then it also raises questions about the viability of his own party. Of course, in the Senas, I think it's established now that the Shinde Sena will be the representative of the Marathi Manus, as it were, because you have the Chief Minister also. But for Pawar also, this is just as much existential. I mean, if he's got 11% strike rate with a concentrated vote, then that's bad.
I'm just thankful that the remarks I made the other day won't cost me, because I did say that he was the most overrated politician, built up by Maharashtrian journalists to be this great player on the national stage. Power broking is one thing. Being a popular leader, acceptable by everybody, is a very different thing. So I think finally we have seen, and this is held true since the 80s when he first became Chief Minister. After that, he has never been able to rest. Like, for example, the BJP is doing today a significant part of the state for his own party.
BJP has just...
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk Sharad Pawar.
Within your rights to criticize him, and Mr. Pawar, of course, has lost badly. We must also remember he became Chief Minister in 1978.
Yeah, true.
So
he should have retired by now.
That is the thing, but politicians don't retire.
Yeah,
you tell a politician, you say
some cricketers
after
also
2 years,
don't.
Mr. Modi will be 75,
Till
and I would like to hear what is your comment on him.
Till they are bashed out to the park, or they can't make any runs.
No, I'm saying after 2 years, Mr. Narendra Modi will turn 75.
Point is, how many times has Mr. Sharad Pawar led his party to the
viability?
No, now
if you're winning elections.
One minute, Rashid Kitwai. Sharad Pawar and the NCP, is it a pan-Maharashtra party? Is it a pan-Maharashtra party in 30 years of its existence? No. So then what is a claim to fame? Why are you comparing Sharad Pawar with Narendra Modi? Narendra Modi, has he under his leadership in the last 10 years, has he helped the BJP grow into a party of the size that it's become the world's biggest political party?
Saying that he should have retired because of age. Rahul is saying he should have retired because he wasn't working.
His sell-by date was over. He was propped up by an ecosystem.
It's got nothing to do with age. It's about performance and delivery, sir. And in terms of performance and delivery, it is Mr. Pawar's poorest performance. And that too in an election which he claimed is his last election. Is an election which he claimed is his last election.
Power angle, power struggle, all these headlines that used to keep coming.
Okay, we've got...
There was a complex in reporting which used to be always about whatever is happening, obviously, would keep saying, no,
there is a parallel. When I was in my early 20s, certain journalists were also built up. Only now when I'm going to be 50 in a couple of months, I've realized that they were men of clay feet or women of clay feet. So I'm just telling you that fundamentally, I'm looking inwards also. I'm not just looking outwards. I'm just saying that, look, efficacy matters in politics. You cannot just live off the hype and the propaganda of various elements. And I'm sorry, but that also applies to some level to even Rahul Gandhi. What has he done?
In that case...
Yes, hype and propaganda, yes, it helps, and sometimes it's counterproductive.
Of course.
Okay, staying with Maharashtra, BJP says Uddhav Thackeray should dissolve UBT. Agree, disagree? BJP has just said. They've also taken a swipe at Sharad Pawar.
ये तो वो कह रहे हैं सुबह से ही कह रहे हैं कल परसों से
Sharad Pawar strike rate 11.6%.
There's no reason for two Senas.
Listen,
all the more
there
now.
were six parties. Who is 4th, 5th and 6th?
Uddhav Thackeray, Congress and Sharad Pawar NCP.
They are not even in the top, like the top 3 are all with the NDA side. They are 4th, 5th and 6th. You know, you don't need 6. Most states of India do not have 6. Now you can, like that day somebody was arguing in the exit polls that, well, you need representation. Okay, if that party was representing some segment of society that is not represented, otherwise that's different. That's not the case. These parties exist because my daddy owned this party, so I should own this
Uddhav
party.
can turn around and say he has more seats than Congress. He's at number 4. What about 5 and 6?
Actually, he should merge with the Congress. The Congress should merge with him.
No,
I mean,
my
ideologically
daddy owned
now-
this party.
No, Rahul, to say that the party should dissolve itself and all is a bit unfair and coming from BJP. BJP were formed in 1980-81. What happened in their first electoral elections in 1984-85?
That's true.
They ended up having just 2 seats. So that doesn't mean it is a tremendous success story on the part of BJP.
But
what
there's
I'm
a
saying
big
is that highs
difference.
and lows.
But there's a big difference.
And every democratic exercise requires.
But sir, there's there's one fundamental
If you are getting
difference.
84% votes, it is not. You may say that what I'm saying is rather,
I'm not.
out of place. So if a political party is getting 84%, I think it's also a big challenge to to a democratic setup also.
No, sir. One is now questioning the relevance. One is not questioning whether they should. Look, all political parties, whether they have 1 MLA or 0 MLAs, have a right to do what they want to do.
Okay.
No one is doubting that. I think we're talking really about relevance.
Let's just say, okay, each party will have to reassess and there will be questions that will be asked, but this is the performance. Let's look at the vote share performance so far. The BJP, out of the 288 seats, the BJP's vote share is 25%, Congress is 11%, and the data that's coming so far, Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena is 13%, Ubata is 11%. So there's just a 2% difference in the vote share between these two right now. NCP Sharad Pawar and NCP Ajit Pawar, NCP Sharad Pawar has got 1% more vote share, and the others have pinched 17% vote share. Is that the game-changing story as far as this election is concerned? Is this 17% that is actually hurting the Mahavikas Aghadi and perhaps helping the Mahayuti in this election?
Rohit?
Your thoughts? Rohit?
I think, others getting 17% is a surprise for me. NCP getting just 11% is a surprise for me. What is big is that just 5 months ago, this alliance did so well in the Lok Sabha polls. I mean, their Lok Sabha tally still is at 31, which nobody expected. So I think we are living in a phase where, many surprises are coming up and we didn't expect the parties to do so badly.
I just want to go back.
BJP's performance today is also an argument for the relevance question that you're saying, that there is always space in politics for a comeback. Yes. And but you have to take the right lessons from
Can we go back to that vote share? Can we go back to that vote share thing? Because I think something fascinating. If you go back 5 months ago, the vote share of the MVA was 43%. The vote share of the NDA was 42%. Now, if you look at the vote share, even if you add up Congress, NCP, Sharad Pawar, and Sena, that comes up to only 34%. So there's been a fall of 11% vote share. Absolute votes, 11% fall from just 5 months ago. Yeah. And if you add up BJP, Sena, Shinde and
49%.
Yeah, that's about 43-44%. So they have remained more
extraordinary.
No, 25
plus 25 plus 13, 38 and 11, no?
49%.
So 49%.
49%.
49%.
So they've gone from 42% to 49%. They've increased by about 6 or 7%, whereas the Mahavikas Aghadi has fallen by 11%. It adds up to only 33%.
That is extraordinary, Zakar. Extraordinary.
So what has happened? So 10% of the voter has shifted.
So apart from Ladki
Why?
Bahin, apart from
because there was a Coke and there was a Coke Light. So there are 2 Senas and 2 NCPs. People decided which one.
People
These
decided
are all
which one.
No, this is
that's a trend line. That's a punchline. I'm going to check if we can get Pradeep Gupta at any time possible. We'll try and get him because a lot of his predictions are ringing true with respect to Maharashtra and also with Jharkhand. Yes, Rohit.
I think one part is fragmentation. One part is fragmentation, which is 17% votes going to the independents. So many independents, constituency-wise, if you look at this, you will realize some independent candidate who's split from Sharad Pawar's party, was originally with Sharad Pawar, has come out, has taken maybe 8,000 votes, 10,000 votes. When you go constituency-wise, you will realize this. So that has caused Sharad Pawar's candidate to
that
lose.
also happened in Haryana.
Similar thing.
Happened in Haryana.
So what they tried to do in Jammu and Kashmir, in Kashmir Valley, has worked in Maharashtra. It didn't work in Kashmir.
So apart from Ladki Bahin and apart from all these rollouts and all of that, I think these small things, when you look at 17% votes going to independents, that gives you the answer why perhaps this much shift.
This is from Ajit Pawar's camp. Rohit, talk us through these pictures. Praful Patel is there.
This is Sunil Tatkare, Praful Patel and Ajit Pawar.
Sunil Tatkare's daughter Aditi Tatkare is leading.
Sunil Tatkare is the state president of NCP, Maharashtra wing president, and he is very close to Sharad Pawar. He was one of the first ones to go with Ajit Pawar and decide that they should separate from Sharad Pawar. Praful Patel, of course, all of you know, he's been in the Union Cabinet, and all these three
the BD King
are now kind of running
they're
this
having
party.
the last
One thing I must say about the NCP fight, the NCP Ajit Pawar camp, is that their team was very, very pragmatic and realistic. They talked down their expectations in terms of the seat sharing. They got a few number of seats to fight that Western Maharashtra. Whatever seats they got, they fought it. And when we met them, when I met them, they were very clear that we'll get up to 30 seats, and that is our assessment. So they've kind of hit
some Nagada and Dhol. This is happening outside Devendra Fadnavis's residence.
Yeah, one big surprise really, Anand, is Ajit Pawar's party doing so well. Really, nobody expected him to get more than perhaps 20 seats out of the 50 odd that he's contesting.
All right, we just got some big information. This is coming from our Lokmat channel, our Marathi channel. A BJP source has told Lokmat that the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra will be from the BJP. All right, this is big. This is big. Rohit has been saying this since morning.
I told you so.
She's been saying this.
Nistula has been saying
everybody
this as well.
has been saying, because this is a phenomenal performance with 127.
And sticking out,
but could it be that it's the same three people?
It is, sticking out my neck, I will say it will be Devendra Fadnavis. I'm saying this taking a risk, but you can expect Devendra Fadnavis to be back in the saddle. And I think Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar will be Deputy Chief Ministers.
Deputy Chief. So it's the same three people on the saddle, just a little bit of a rotation of the kursi, but the three people will have to work effectively together.
That's correct.
That's one possibility.
So Rohit, what does that mean? Because I remember when Shinde joined the Mahayuti and he was made Chief Minister, and you remember that famous press conference where Fadnavis said, "Oh no, I'm not going to be part of this government." A few hours later, he was called from the central leadership, and then he became Deputy Chief Minister.
I think
what does this mean?
I think when all this happened, two big elections were coming. First was Lok Sabha and second was Vidhan Sabha, and the BJP knew that their main enemies, maybe Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar, had to be marginalized, and especially in case of Uddhav Thackeray, they needed to empower Eknath Shinde very well. So it was a calculated move to take a back seat and get these two elections done. Corner Uddhav Thackeray as much as possible, empower Eknath Shinde, and I think that plan has perfectly worked.
So do we come out and say now, Rohit ji and others, that Amit Shah's strategy, that was because he was sort of accused of being the person who engineered the split, so to speak. And because we haven't spoken about Amit Shah in our broadcast, we've sort of focused on Fadnavis, we've focused on Mr. Shinde, but the main cogitator behind all of this, everyone says, is Amit Shah. So has he been vindicated, or I mean, how do we look at now Amit Shah?
He planted the seeds.
I think Home Minister Amit Shah's plan in case of Maharashtra has worked perfectly, and this is what they planned, that they will take a back seat till these big two elections happen. They will corner Uddhav Thackeray as much as possible, which they have been able to do, and now they will be in the front seat, in the driver's seat again. And I think they will continue because Maharashtra is a crucial state for them, not just economically,
and also
financially, but also.
This opens also a huge sort of window for them to now choose the next president on an ascendant. That's also something
the
that
party president is one aspect, but the other thing is, one of the things they wanted to prove was that they are. Eknath Shinde is speaking.
हम्पिंग मेजॉरिटी मी अगोदरपासून सांगत होतो की हम्पिंग मेजॉरिटी मिळेल, खरं म्हणजे लँडस्लाइड विक्टरी अशा प्रकारचा विजय या ठिकाणी महायुतीला मिळालेला आहे. मी त्याबद्दल तमाम मतदारांचे महाराष्ट्रातल्या मनापासून अभिनंदन करतो आणि माझ्या लाडक्या बहिणी यांचं देखील मनापासून अभिनंदन करतो. लाडक्या बहिणींनी मोठ्या प्रमाणावर मतदान केलं, लाडक्या भावांनी मतदान केलं.
And he is talking for a historic mandate, thanking the people, voters of Maharashtra, especially the Ladki Behan.
ज्येष्ठांनी मतदान केलं, समाजातल्या प्रत्येक घटकाने या ठिकाणी भरभरून महायुतीला मतदान केलं. गेले 2-2.5 वर्ष जे महायुतीने काम केलं, त्या
work that we have done in the last 2.5 years.
जनतेने दिली.
The work that we have done, we have been rewarded for it.
मी पुन्हा एकदा त्यांच्या मनापासून आभार मानतो.
It's a heartfelt thank you and gratitude that I extend to the voters of Maharashtra, especially the women voters.
2.5 वर्षामध्ये त्याचं मोजमाप, नोंदणी, नोंद आणि त्याची कामाची पोचपावती.
It's the result or it's the fruit of all our labor, our hard work over the last 2.5 years, the work that we have done for the people of Maharashtra and in Maharashtra.
पुढच्या कार्यकाळामध्ये आमची आणखी जबाबदारी वाढली आहे आणि म्हणून जनतेला त्रिवार वंदन करतो आणि माझ्या सर्व कार्यकर्ते.
They have only given us far greater responsibility. They have only rewarded us with their blessings in terms of votes. They have only reposed trust and faith in us. Our work is only now going to be greater and far more important.
ठाणे मतदारसंघातल्या कोपरीपात पकडी मतदारसंघातले देखील मतदारांना धन्यवाद देतो.
I thank the voters of my constituency, voters of Thane and also Kokri Pakadi for the overwhelming mandate and for helping me win and my party do well.
सगळ्यांना मनापासून खूप खूप शुभेच्छा. मनापासून सगळ्यांचं सर्व मतदारांचं मनापासून अभिनंदन.
Greetings, gratitude to all the voters.
मैं महाराष्ट्र के तमाम मतदाताओं को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ, उनका अभिनंदन करता हूँ, क्योंकि ये विक्ट्री जो है ये लैंडस्लाइड विक्ट्री है. ये मैंने कहा था कि महायुति को थम्पिंग मेजॉरिटी मिलेगी और इसीलिए मैं तमाम मतदाता जो है, मेरी लाडली बहनाओं को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ, लाडले किसानों को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ और लाडले हमारे भाई हैं, लाडले सीनियर सिटीजन हैं, सभी वर्ग जो है, सभी वर्ग को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि उन्होंने ऐसी विजयश्री प्राप्त कर दी है कि न भूतो न भविष्य तो ऐसी विक्ट्री जो इस बार मिली है, जो 2-2.5 साल हमारी महायुति ने काम किया है. ये महायुति ने जो काम किया है उसके काम के ऊपर ये जनता ने शिक्कामोर्तब किया है, काम को तवज्जो दिया है, प्राथमिकता दी है और इसीलिए महायुति को इतनी बड़ी जीत हासिल हुई है. इसलिए मैं महायुति के पूरे महाराष्ट्र की जनता को तो धन्यवाद देता ही हूँ, उनका स्वागत करता हूँ, लेकिन महायुति के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ. उन्होंने जो काम किया है बहुत ही बढ़िया काम किया है और इस चुनाव में हमारे महायुति को जिताया है. इसलिए मैं बहुत बहुत उनका आभारी हूँ.
Well, Eknath Shinde has diabetes, so that's why he was not eating those sweets and he's watching his blood sugar levels. But it's the hard work, like he said to our viewers. It's the hard work and he's credited the hard work that they have done for the people of Maharashtra.
वैसे ही आगे का भी जो निर्णय है हम लोग तय कर देंगे.
बीजेपी का ये कहना
ऐसा हमारे में मतभेद नहीं है.
सर, बीजेपी का ये कहना है कि जिसकी ज्यादा नंबर होंगे उनका मुख्यमंत्री होगा, तो क्या इसको सपोर्ट किया जाएगा?
ऐसा कोई भी हमारा तय नहीं हुआ है. अभी पहले तो अंतिम आंकड़े आने दो, उसके बाद तीनों पार्टी बैठेंगे. हमारे वरिष्ठ जो है प्रधानमंत्री जी है, मोदी जी है, अमित भाई है, नड्डा जी और सब हमारे जो तीनों पार्टी के प्रमुख लोग हैं, हम बैठेंगे और उसके ऊपर जैसे हम चुनाव लड़े साथ में एकजुट होकर, वैसे ही उसके ऊपर भी फैसला है.
आदित्य ठाकरे ही वर्ली से ट्रेल कर रहे हैं.
देखिए, अभी मैं कहता हूँ उनका 2.5 साल तो आरोप लगाने में गया. अभी तो कम से कम उन्होंने अपने गिरेबान में झांक कर देखना चाहिए. लोगों को आरोप पसंद है या काम पसंद है? हम आरोपों का उत्तर आरोप से नहीं दिया, हम उसका जवाब जो है काम के माध्यम से दिया. इसलिए जो काम बोलता है और 2.5 साल में जो काम किया है वो जनता ने देखा है और जनता की आवाज बनकर हमने काम किया.
सर, लड़ाई से
जनता को जो चाहिए वो हमने देने की कोशिश की है. इसलिए हमारे सरकार में आम जनता के जीवन में बदलाव हो जाए, सुख समृद्धि आ जाए, आनंद आ जाए. इसलिए एक तरफ विकास किया हमने, दूसरी तरफ कल्याणकारी योजनाएं की. इसी के लिए आज ये बहुत बड़ी लैंडस्लाइड विक्ट्री आज हम देखेंगे।
तो महाराष्ट्र में महिलाओं के लिए वोटर जो है तो क्या ये लाडली बहन का योजना
लाडली बहन योजना जो है
क्या ये बेनिफिट करके
Well, Eknath Shinde answering the question on Aditya Thackeray, saying they spent 2.5 years only laying blame, not doing work. We tried to answer not blame with blame or accusation with accusation, but with work. It's hard work that we've done, that it's paid, and there is no decision on who will be the chief minister. Very clearly saying, like we fought the elections together, we will sit together, let the results collate, let the results come true and settle. Then we will sit and discuss. He named Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, JP Nadda, and also the leaders of the three parties within the state, and said we will all sit together and we will decide the road ahead. But we will work with far more commitment and vigor for the people of Maharashtra because of this overwhelming mandate that's been handed to us. That's Eknath Shinde. So clearly there is no aspect of speaking out of turn here, Rohit. They're all, Nalin, they're all saying, we work together, we will sit together, and we will decide. At the end of the day, the strike rate itself says it will be these three people. Now, who does what is what perhaps will change, Rohit and Nalin.
Yes, it is time to be diplomatic now, and time to show some restraint, not make comments, etc., not attack anybody, not level any allegations or anything. Sit together and decide what they want to do, because they are wise politicians and they know 5 months down the line there is this big challenge of Mumbai Municipal Corporation. The BJP wants to capture the Mumbai Municipal Corporation.
Example of Uddhav Thackeray, who did speak out after the 2019 Assembly election.
There is no
and
way
things went south after
There is
that.
no way they'll get into any dispute publicly. Absolutely no disputes or anything, and the same team will continue. That's my guess.
Nalin, does this augur well for the Mahayuti? Do you believe one of these two could actually try and play truant, walk to the other side, throw a tantrum if they don't get a chief minister, say, or perhaps it's far more settled within the NDA in terms of the arrangement?
So we are carrying a headline on Money Control saying that Mahayuti is the new MVA. It is a Maha Victory Alliance.
Maha Victory Alliance. Okay.
So see, what this does is that it completely changes the power matrix, because while the BJP has been single largest party, it was always dependent significantly on the other party. This one changes the game. 125 seats. BJP has never got this many seats. So this changes the balance in the politics of Hindutva itself within Maharashtra. And what Amit Shah and Narendra Modi tried in 2014, that is the culmination of this. We are seeing the culmination of that process now.
But would you agree if one were to say that amongst the three performers, it's the BJP, and rightfully so, it should be Devendra Fadnavis, because the 2019 mandate was also for Fadnavis to be the chief minister. The BJP was the single largest party. They were the best performers. He's yielded. He's come back. He swallowed ignominy, and then he's also swallowed his pride, and at the behest of the PM, agreed to be DCM. He didn't want to be part of the government at all, but he was DCM. Do you think he should be the
he
chief
has
minister?
waited patiently and his time has come. I think it's and the BJP keeps things simple. This whole master stroke thing is not as common as people think. When the BJP knows that you don't have to rock the boat, you don't have to create controversy right now, you've just won big, just do a smooth transition. Anyway, they have to do it in 2 days. This is the easiest way to do it. I mean, it will be something really exceptional if they
the point is that what happened in 2009 and all that kind of politics that came out of that was because, your single largest alliance broke. The pre-poll alliance broke. People had voted for a particular alliance to be in power. Major constituent broke away. And then there were all these politics of opportunism. Now, this is a course correction that the people have offered.
Yeah.
And they say, we voted for these guys in the first place in 2019. We're voting again. Now, do the right thing.
What happens with Ajit Pawar then?
BJP prides itself in being very meritocratic. So, Fadnavis deserves his moment. What does it also do for Fadnavis in the larger context? He's close to the Sangh Parivar, he's close to Nagpur, he's seen as somebody who gels with them very well. So, in the larger context now, the BJP gets another leader at the national level. And he is not just, remember, this is not his only accomplishment.
Yes.
He actually led them in 2019 to a great showing. And in fact, it was in 2014 that the BJP did almost as well, of course, as this showing. But I do still believe, Nalin, that the BJP still has some work to do to become a pan-Maharashtra party. So while it has reached that number numerically close, but at 25% I think is the vote share.
So
I think it still needs to be.
Okay, so actually, I want to put some data on this question. Yes, the BJP's vote share is 25%, but that's also because it's fought in alliance, right? If you look at the regional breakup of Maharashtra, you will see that BJP is by far the most pan Maharashtra party compared to everybody else. So let's look at the regions. If 1 second, my filters have stopped working.
Well, we've got the numbers here in terms of the vote shares, and the counting is still in progress. 1985, the BJP's vote share was 7.25%. 1990, 10.71%. 1995, 12.8%. 1999, 14.54%. 2004, it dipped by a percentage, 13.67%. 2009 went up to 14.02. 2014, 27.81% when they got 122 seats. 2019, it dipped to 25.75%. Right now, it's 25.08% and it's still counting. So the counting is still going on. Anand, but we must say that they are fighting in far lesser number of seats compared to 2014.
Anand, I want to put some regional figures here. In the Konkan region, NDA is 28. The INDIA alliance is 15. In Marathwada, it's a complete sweep by the NDA alliance. It's 28-15. You go down to Mumbai Thane belt, and you will see that the NDA alliance is 37, and the other alliance is 17. Let's go to the next one.
But you know, when you are in a sort of a fight where you have the backing of, you know, when you're seat sharing, you also have the backing of other parties. So you can't discount that.
Sure.
I think the BJP realizes that, look, it is on its way. It has a little bit to go.
No, I think the difference between Lok Sabha and this is also in the Lok Sabha. I mean, I think Nistula was making this point earlier that the vote did not transfer. This is clear evidence that the vote did transfer. The BJP vote did transfer to both Shinde Sena and to NCP, and vice versa also. Ajit Pawar's voters transferred to
Devendra Fadnavis's mother is speaking. Just going across to that.
खूपच ठाम आहे स्वतः सगळ्या बाबतीत.
नव्या युगातला अभिमन्यू असा प्रचार होत होता. तुम्हाला आता विश्वास झालेला तुमचा मुलगा अभिमन्यू?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल 100% अभिमन्यू.
हिंदी.
अरे बाप रे, हिंदी.
आज जो रिजल्ट आए हैं, आपकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया क्या है? आप किस तरीके से खुशी जता रहे हैं?
मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई है. मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस भी था, लेकिन जब तक रिजल्ट नहीं आते तब तक कॉन्फिडेंस में कोई मतलब नहीं रहता. रिजल्ट आ गया, उसके बाद में मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस सच हो गया. इसकी मुझे बहुत खुशी है.
माता जी, आप चाहती हैं कि दोबारा से वो मुख्यमंत्री बने?
दोबारा से ही तो बन गए हैं. अभी दोबारा से ही बन गए हैं. अब अगले 5 साल का देखेंगे क्या है.
जो मेहनत देवेंद्र जी ने
अगले 5 साल में उनको ले भी जाएंगे उधर दिल्ली. अपने को क्या मुझे तो उसको भी मुंबई में ही रहना है और मुझे भी महाराष्ट्र में ही रहना है.
दिल्ली का अगर मौका मिलता है तो उनको जाना चाहिए बड़े पद पर.
अब वो नहीं, अभी तो मैं नहीं बता सकती.
किस तरीके की मेहनत आपने देखी उनकी?
अरे 24/7, कुछ भी नहीं, घर में नहीं, कहीं नहीं, खाना नहीं, पीना नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं. बिल्कुल सवेरे निकले बाहर की रात को कब आते तो हमको पता नहीं रहता था.
लाडली बहनों का प्यार भी मिला है देवेंद्र जी को?
मिला होगा. जरूर मिला होगा.
200 से ज्यादा सीटें महायुति की आ गई. कहीं ना कहीं ये अभूतपूर्व नहीं है? आज के दौर के अभिमन्यु की तरह उन्हें प्रोजेक्ट किया जा रहा है कहीं कहीं.
बराबर है ना, एकदम करेक्ट है. एग्जैक्ट शब्द है अभिमन्यु का.
खुशी है एक माता के रूप में?
अरे बहुत ही खुशी है. खुशी क्यों नाही रहेंगी.
काकू, देवाजवळ काय साकडं घातलं होतं तुम्ही?
काय नाही, मी काही साकडं वगैरे नाही घातलं. मला माहित आहे, माझी खात्री आहे त्याच्याबद्दल. साकडं वगैरे घालायची गरजच नव्हती. काही मला माहित होतं तो नक्की निवडून येणार. आणि
काकू, दिल्लीला देवेंद्र फडणवीस जातील अशी देखील चर्चा होती. तुम्हाला काय वाटतं, त्यांनी दिल्लीला जावं?
नाही, त्यालाच नाही वाटत आपण दिल्लीला जावं. त्याला महाराष्ट्रातच राहायचं आहे. त्याला नाही जायचं आहे दिल्लीला सध्या तरी. नाही म्हणजे सध्या नाही जायचं.
Sarita Fadnavis ji, Devendra Fadnavis's mother, she's saying Devendra Fadnavis himself doesn't want to go to the center. He wants to stay on in Maharashtra and work for the people of Maharashtra and work in Maharashtra. That's what she had said. She has said, what happens in the next 5 years, who knows? If they ask him to go to Delhi, he will have to go. But personally, I would like to stay in Mumbai. Devendra would also like to stay in Mumbai. Rohit? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that what she said?
The only part wrong is that she stays in Nagpur.
Nagpur.
She stays in Nagpur. She wants to stay in Nagpur. In fact, I had written in Free Press Journal some time back a story saying that Devendra Fadnavis was seriously considered to moved to Delhi by BJP leadership, and they were asking him if he wants to take over as BJP national president. That was FPJ exclusive that I filed some time back. Of course, it was a possibility. No decision happened. Some discussion is still on that front. That discussion was halted because of Maharashtra elections. There is a possibility that in the future he might go to Delhi, be part of central leadership. But right now it looks like he'll take over as Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
Maharashtra right now, because the stability factor is all important. Let's quickly go across and get an update from Griha at the live result hub, some key races in Maharashtra and also an update on Jharkhand. Yes, Griha.
Yes, Anand, we have some wins that have been called by our network here. We are getting 4 wins, and I would just by and by tell you, Zaka, the number is 193. Raigarh, Shrivardhan, you have Aditi Tatkare from the NCP. She has won. Then there is one more NCP candidate from Pune, 204, Mawal. Sunil Shelke, he has won. And 2 more victories, one of Bharatiya Janata Party, 262, Satara. We have Shivendra Raj Bhosle, who is one from BJP, and from Thane, we are getting the Shinde Sena's Shantaram More, who has won 134. So it's 193, 134, 262 and 204. 2 NCP victories, 1 BJP, 1 Shiv Sena victory, and also an important update, Anand, from as far as Nana Patole of the Congress is concerned. It's very, very tricky. What we are learning is that he's just leading by 546 votes. That's how less the margin of votes are there.
So Nana Patole leading only by 546 votes. Can you walk across to the Jharkhand hub and get us an update? Is Brajesh around? What's the story in Jharkhand? How many rounds of counting?
Are
these results settling now?
Okay, just give us an update from the Jharkhand. Can you give me the rounds that have been counted?
नहीं, अलग-अलग जगहों पे कोई 5 राउंड हो गए, कहीं-कहीं तो 11 राउंड भी हो गए हैं. हाँ, तो ऐसे अलग-अलग विधानसभा में अलग-अलग राउंडिंग हो रही है, तो ऐसे एक डेटा नहीं दे सकते कि पूरा. हाँ.
All right, so we will get you an update from Jharkhand in just a bit, because we are the numbers are slowly trickling in, but the victory. So this is where it's buzzing, Anand. The Maharashtra, wing over here, where the winner announcement has begun to happen. So all eyes are here, right here on this
And
desk.
behind you, I think we have got one of our partner channels or sister channels talking to Brajesh Singh. So we should get him on Jharkhand. Moment he is a little free, I'll swing back to you in a bit. 214 leads for the NDA, 125 for the BJP. Posters are out for Devendra Fadnavis. Mukhyamantri Devendra Bhau Fadnavis. Raju Raje Patel also one who's put up that poster. We check where it has come. These are celebrations from the Ajit Pawar camp. You can see the Ghadi symbol being waved. Clearly a lot of points. Those shots were from Vashim. Devendra Fadnavis pictures were from Vashim. This is Shrikant Shinde being fed sweets. This is the Eknath Shinde camp that is celebrating. So Mahayuti, huge celebrations all over. Thoughts on Jharkhand? Gentlemen, can we just quickly get thoughts on Jharkhand? JMM plus Congress. Will Congress say, oh, we beat you in Jharkhand?
50 is where the alliance is leading, the India alliance, of which 28 are JMM, 15 to Congress. I think Congress was contesting 30 seats, if I'm not mistaken. So they've dropped 1. The JMM has dropped 2. The RJD and the CPIML, interestingly, the RJD has gained 4. So they had only 1 last time. They now have 5 MLAs. And the CPIML has gained 1. They had only 1, so they now have 2. So the allies are sort of compensating for the losses of the JMM and the Congress. As far as the BJP and the NDA is concerned, I think it's the allies that's pulling them down. It's the BJP that's gained 2. The AJSU has lost 1. The JDU has gained 1. And the LJP, of course, is not leading in any seat. So the NDA at 29, the India Alliance at 50. Again, because Jharkhand is a state which is tribal, remote parts, etc., it might take some more time for it to settle down. But as of now, it is looking like Hemant Soren will come back as Chief Minister. And some of you were talking about it, this whole business about, imprisoning the only tribal. At that time, he was the only tribal Chief Minister in the country. That seemed to have worked. And of course, again, their version of Ladki Behna, Nistula.
This is a election for redemption for Hemant Soren as well, and the guy he put in place to hold as a placeholder, BJP took him away and things like that. He has taken the right lessons, I think, from the Lok Sabha election. He saw that the tribal seats did not go with the BJP. He took that as a starting point for himself. There was a whole narrative around hurt feelings and being persecuted as a tribal, as a marginalized community person. And that seems to have worked with the people. The BJP on its part should have done a more micro
Management
campaign and management, they always had trouble with the leadership that they were projecting. You know, there is a difference, there is a distinction between tribals and dikkus. You know, dikkus are non-tribals. There is always that tension and anxiety there in relationships. So earlier they had a Dikku chief minister who was Raghubar Das, who was, you know, then dispatched off. But bringing in old hand Babulal Marandi, then, you know, that didn't help. Arjun Munda lost his election. So the leadership situation there was not comparable to the JMM in that place. So what they got as an overarching issue was this Ghuspaitiye and Bangladeshis and Rohingyas, etc. That just didn't land in the face of this.
But,
and of course,
Rahul, if one jailed chief minister has used sympathy to, you know, come back, what does that mean for the other jailed chief minister? In a couple of months, you're going to have Delhi.
Look, I'll just take you back to an incident. Lok Sabha, and I know two elections are very different, issues are also different, but remember what Mr. Kejriwal said when he came out of jail then, and he was allowed to sort of campaign. He said, look, Delhi, please punish these people for jailing me. And Delhi voted the other way, 7-0 to the BJP. Now you have a situation where once again he has come out and he has made it about reverie. He said reverie pe charcha. He's come back now to bread and butter issues. He's realized that the emotional card may or may not work. Let's get back to the bread and butter issues. And I think that, look, if you go by the anecdotal data, if you look at Jharkhand and if you look at Maharashtra, if you do a good job in dispensing the reverie, then there is always purchase. There is purchase. So if Mr. Kejriwal ups the game, and the BJP now might actually come into the field.
All right, we've just got news. Amit Shah has spoken to both Shinde and to Fadnavis. He's lauded Team NDA for the Maha victory.
We haven't talked about him the whole morning, but I think you cannot understate the impact of Mr. Shah, the way he sort of in the background works to try and put these equations together. He'll be very vindicated because I know that there was some, I wouldn't say there was open criticism, but there were whispers that this kind of jod-tod, which the opposition was amplifying, is not the way to go forward.
Also, it'll be vindication because of all that Uddhav Thackeray said.
Exactly. See, I don't see it as a vindication this way or that. That was a different election. That was a Lok Sabha election. And what the BJP itself told me is that that was one big, you know, reaction. And that reaction has now passed. People have shown that they were upset. Now we are coming in with a different message and trying to kind of do a course correction. So that disgust was there among the people for that kind of jod-tod kind of politics. But that had one iteration of anger. It wasn't going to happen again.
No, in 2019, after having voted for BJP and Shiv Sena, United Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray said, look, I was promised this and X and Y and Z, and there was a lot of name calling.
Yes.
I mean, he even went to the extent of saying, you know, Amit Shah came to Matoshri and promised me the Chief Minister's chair. This will be vindication in that sense.
100% vindication for Amit Shah because he kept insisting that he made no such promise.
Such promise, yeah.
Yes, he made no such promise.
I think in the larger, grander scheme of things, while the BJP will be encouraged by bringing up this fresh crop of leaders that can, of course, transform the governance in states, etc., and they have invested in a lot of young leaders, I think Amit Shah must take the credit, really, at the end of the day for being
All right, these are the latest shots. Devendra Fadnavis putting a shawl around Bhupendra Yadav, the minister and who was the General Secretary, I think, in charge for the campaign, the BJP's campaign.
Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav.
Yeah, him and Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav were the two people who were given in charge of leading the campaign. Rohit, so Bhupendra Yadav has got a great track record, by the way. I think he was in charge in Madhya Pradesh as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Where Shivraj Chauhan.
Yes, he was. And
the same two people were.
And he's been in charge in Maharashtra for quite a long time.
I remember meeting him in 2019 also.
And he's been traveling, staying in Maharashtra for long durations. He's been meeting Karyakartas. And I think the basic thing this time was to charge up the Karyakartas, which I think in their view did not happen to the extent that it should have happened during the Lok Sabha polls. The gap between MVA votes and BJP-led alliance votes, like we mentioned some time back, was very small, just 0.6%. And the challenge was to fill that and maybe go a little further.
So there was mobilization.
Which I think Bhupendra Yadav has done very well.
I want to add to this that one of the big backstories of this election is also Ashwini Vaishnav. Because Bhupendra Yadav, there are many BJP apparatus in the back who are known to be ground organizers. Ashwini Vaishnav was a confidant of the Prime Minister, very important minister, holds important portfolios, but he's played a very strong role in the organization of this election at the ground level. And he's really come into his own as an election strategist, I think, along with Bhupendra Yadav, working with Amit Shah on the top.
Yeah, I think this sort of group that Mr. Amit Shah has sort of constituted, and the way they sort of approach elections, very corporatized sort of manner in which they get into elections, I think this has now become part really of the machinery.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Payal is also joining us. I think she has information about Mr. Shah speaking to both Devendra Fadnavis and to Mr. Shinde, and I believe also to Ajit Pawar. Already we are seeing chatter, open posters, and BJP leaders saying that Fadnavis should be made Chief Minister. What are you picking up, Payal?
Well, Amit Shah has been keeping a very, very close watch. He's the one who's actually put all of them together, kept them all together as well. And that's why he's spoken to each one of them, congratulated them on the, proposed win of the Mahayuti, which looks like a huge, swing in their favor as well. But, what happens with the Chief Ministerial post? Obviously, those questions will not be answered on the phone. And that's the reason, then observer will be sent tomorrow, what we're given to understand, Zaka.
All right. We already have, and Rohit can maybe weigh in on this before I come to you, Nistula, Chitra Wagh of the BJP, who is asking for Fadnavis to be made Chief Minister, Prasad Lad, Girish Mahajan, Sanjay Kute. I don't know these names, Rohit. I presume you do. So tell us, are these Fadnavis camp people? Because they've all come out and openly said that he should be made the next Chief Minister.
These are BJP people who, some of them migrated to the BJP under Fadnavis's leadership. He was the one who coordinated their entry. For